Hello, I've never gotten to the point, but I decided that I would finally start posting videos, which I used to post, but I deleted all of them. Because, it was stuff that I really didn't want anymore. And I decided I wanted to focus on the car now. Because back when I first made videos, originally, I didn't even work on the car yet. This was my dad's car. It's a 57 Chevy Bel Air. It's a 4-door hardtop. Right now, in one of the shorts I posted, I had gotten the engine running. That engine now is right over here, which is a 305. And yeah, it's just a little under of wear and tear. And so it would be able to get machined and stuff, but I'd rather, get new engines and stuff. So that's what I did. I got a engine over here. It is a 1972 El Camino 350. It's a 200 horsepower variant. And then this car has had a lot removed since I last recorded. As you can see, the radiator support is gone as well. And the trans was blown on it, so I got a Muncie 4-speed to go in it. And on top of that, I even have a, what is it called? I have a Hurst shifter for the bench seat so I can clear it. And so this is the interior of the car. And right now it has a Pioneer in it. It originally had a more fancy Pioneer, but I had to switch it out because the old one gave out on it. Because I used to play some music in it while working on the car. Right now I have the steering column mostly together, and the wiring is almost complete. But the one issue about it is that the heater and all that isn't hooked up right now or nothing, so I'm not gonna finish the wiring completely for a long time. Right now it has the battery disconnected because the car sort of doesn't really need that right now, as it doesn't have an engine or nothing. And if you look inside, there is a skull on the lighter. Sorry if you saw that little clip. Accidentally paused the video because I have not recorded that much. But same with the turn signal, the oil, and the generation light. And it has a real dog tag up hanging on the mirror. These are just some flower petals from my dad's funeral. But I got passed down the car, so I'm getting to work. I tore out the engine. I've rewired the entire car. And I took off this fender and replaced all the seals because it was starting to rust. Which, you see the rust everywhere. But the rust was underneath and starting to bubble. So for now, I just replaced it to make sure that it is at least nicer until eventually I can afford to repaint the paint. And the thing with this car is that also, if you look at it, at some points, we know that this thing has been in an accident at one point. And so, it's got a few things that are wrong with it. But, it's not too shabby of a thing to start with. And it was driving and running all the way back in 2021, and we stopped using it because we were a little worried because the car felt wonky and stuff. It smelled like fire, which I found out was the spark plug wire holder. And besides that, it has the Cooper Cobra RT Red Isle wheels, or GT, and the Cragar SS rims. And so, that first video I posted about the horn, that was after I got that working, because I was told previously that the horn had given up. And So the engine over here that I was mentioning is locked up because it got rust in the cylinder. So that one ain't gonna be the one going into the car. Right now, the engine that is going in the car is in the back. I will be showing that clip in just 1 second here. This is the engine. It is a 74 Chevy 350. And this one was out of a 74, either Nova or Camaro, unknown. It is yellow at the moment and was painted red in the past. As you can see up here though, I changed the color to black. So that, yeah, because I like the black on black, you know, it just sort of fits it. Hoping eventually I could do some red Chevy symbols and stuff, make it look more fancy. And up here I've got a whole bunch of, you know, stuff. I've got new piston heads in a box. I've got new rings. Pistons that are in there are shot, so I gotta finish pulling those out. The engine was a complete pull apart already, so nothing needed. I did get, however, with the engine a Edelbrock carburetor, which, let me see, is over there. Right now you can see it's messy. I haven't finished deep cleaning the garage. Here's the heads of the engine, which I'll have to deep clean. And then the water pump I repainted and stuff, so it's like brand new. It spins really nicely. And then this is the pulley for it, which I completely redid as well. Right now I have a cam in it from the 78 305, and like the pan will be coming from it as well. And I have a lot of work cut out for me. I will have to use this until I can get a Edelbrock carb, like intake manifold, because, you know, those things are expensive, and I got the Edelbrock for free with the engines. It was a good deal off a guy on Facebook Marketplace for about $400. And I got like spare fans and stuff, even a starter that was just on the side. And then, yeah, I've got like parts laying around and stuff, parts that I gotta sell, like bench seats from another 57, because my dad had, before this one, same model, he had 2 other 57s, which were, you know, the 4-door hardtop sport sedan. And I have to replace all the seals on the doors and stuff. I gotta finish up with the fenders, getting this one done and bolting the other one fully back on. And I also do got a cool license plate holder. I gotta replace license plates. I'm planning on trying to find to get it running with for cheaper some antique plates, the you know, the 57 Illinois plates, which are the red ones, because at the moment this car was last registered, oh, I don't know how long ago, because this is the wrong plate, because I switched out plates. For now I just put it for decor, because I don't like how it looks without a plate. But the other plate that was on it was a plate that had a lot of like numbers on it and stuff, so I hung it on my wall with a ton of other plates I have laying around, and even 3 motorcycle plates. But then if you turn on this, it has, if you look in there, you could see some cool old nostalgia, or tech nostalgia LED lights, which I haven't checked if they're still made. For a while I was trying to research it on the Tri-5, which if you like 55 to 57 Chevys, then check it out. You know, it's those years, and they can tell you how to buy ones and all sorts of stuff, because my account on there, if you want to see my update page, which I haven't updated in a long time, is Fast 57, and I put on it, or well, not Fast 57, Fast 57 Junior, because Fast 57 was my dad's old account. And so yeah, I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and the car itself isn't in the worst of shape. I mean, the only issue, like, the whole rear end is redone already. I just might need to like get some just outer seal or rubber something and put it on the diff, because the diff's leaking, and I'll have to replace fluid too, so I might as well just, you know, open it up and put a new gasket on it. And so besides that, the trans I have right here, the M21 4-speed 1T, it's behind a box, because I have to pull this box out every time I move the car out of the garage, which all the work on it done so far I have done on my own, which was engine tear out, which I also got the engine running beforehand. The, what was the other stuff? Rewiring the whole entire car, getting the horns working. Well, one of them, the other horn's still shot. And then also, as well, like lifting it off the ground a few times and stuff, testing everything, because I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it might have a 355, or well, 3.55 gear ratio on the diff, because I lifted up the car quite a few times, you know, disconnecting stuff, pulling the drive shaft out and all that. And I've been working on my own, but I decided, you know what, I might as well get back to my old YouTube channel I haven't used in forever and just start posting around it, you know. But I'll be able to eventually post videos where I'm actually working on it, and like how-tos, because I've learned a lot over time just from working on my own on the car. And when I redid the wiring kit, you know, I even found out fully how to rewire a car. And I've done a lot of stuff like that, and I don't really have all that much of, you know, a actual amount of money to pay for stuff. But yeah, right now I've got some pistons sitting around that gotta go in. I've gotta switch out these ones, and I have all the piston rings. And I need a hydraulic press, so I'll have to figure that out, because, you know, they're pressed in pins because of Chevy's small blocks. I'm not sure if the big blocks do it or what, because I've only worked on it so much. But yeah, in total, right now, the shape of the car, if anybody who, because I know at the time a lot of people subscribed because of the way it was, and just how cool it was to hear the muscle car live again after it hadn't ran for 2 years. So now it's been officially around like 3 or 4 years, no, around 3 I'd have to go. Yeah, around 3 years since the car has last, like, actually driven itself, because it was sort of getting pushed out around then. And I even got these reverse lights now, which my dad always wanted. And only issue is that these ones right here are really crappy, like Chinese brand ones. So I already saw when I was installing them, some of the chrome was flaking off, but it doesn't matter because the whole car's in that state. And either way, people, you know, don't care if they see cars in that bad a shape that are old, because it's an old car. It's just cool to see in general. And I'll have to drain out the gas, or I'll leave it in, because I did replace it with new gas back a year ago when I got the car running. A little under a year, so it's still got a little bit of life in that gas. And I used all the rest of the gas that was poured out in like lawnmowers and stuff, because it all worked. But yeah, I've got the 3 engines laying around. I'm parting out them for each other and stuff. This, right now I don't have it set up correctly because I was just struggling too much, and it's like, until this is in a car, it's fine, and even if it's in a car, I could just set it up for, you know, where I have it right here for when it's already running, and there for not running. So it doesn't really matter all that much, because I have the parts for it, which came off of 2 Barrel, which was on the 305, so this car has had quite a lot happening to it over time. Floor pans are all nice, although the trunk pan is bad. I can't open it right now because of all the parts up there, but inside there's way more parts just sitting because I've been trying to sell a whole bunch of 57 parts for a while, and they're all in not the best shape, as you can see here. Like this one, if you look right there, there was a fire on that seat at one point. So I think, honestly, you know, because back then it was common to smoke, someone just threw their cig and it caught on fire a little bit, because the other cars that my dad had there was a blue one, which has a few photos of, and the other ones don't really. This used to actually go up front for Halloween, which, if I'm editing it, I might put it up in there in the video. But we'll see, and I'll start getting to work on posting some videos, because, you know, it's sort of boring just sitting, working on a car on your own nonstop and stuff. And I have really just not been able to, like, post anything because I honestly forgot a little bit. And I also don't know how to record properly, so, I mean, maybe someone could give me advice in the comments. But besides that, that's it for the car so far, so whatever. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead, because either way that would push me more to do this stuff, because I've also got to get this bolt out, which is stuck inside the crankshaft. Otherwise, I'm just going to rip out the other one out of this other 350, because it's the same generation of 350 and same style, so it should just slip in. But I'm worried that one's going to be rusted out, because we know that the car back in 1972, that El Camino it was in, whatever happened to it, thing was left out in rain for years. And I know on the one side only like 2 of the cylinders are bad. The one is really bad, but the other is like to the point where you'd probably be able to get it running. But I'm not sure about the other side, because I got to crack the head off of that, which is just some work that I haven't been doing, which I want to do. And so, yeah, that's it for the car for now, and alright, bye.